What is up, everybody? It's your boy EJG, and I know it's been a minute, but we are back in this thing, and this is another episode of Let's Talk About It. Let's go. On this episode of Let's Talk About It, we will be diving into the Boston Crusaders and their 2025 production entitled Boom. The Boston Crusaders are a beloved drum corps based out of the great city of Boston, Massachusetts. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you'd know that they are an ensemble that has consistently been on the rise since 2017. Yes, 2017. And I remember it vividly, okay? In the past 3 years alone, they've earned the silver medal in DCI finals twice, solidifying them as a heavy hitter and top competitor amongst the top 12 in the activity. With their electrifying brass sound and presence, bold and innovative color guard, and undeniably strong percussion section, Boston has quickly become one of the leaders of innovation, versatility, creativity, and general effects in the activity. And their 2025 production doesn't disappoint in any of those areas, I promise. I knew this show was going to eat down the moment they announced the show, and I can't wait to dive in and get into all the things of the themes. All right, let's get into it. This is Boston's 2025 production entitled Boom. Let's go.
National is proud to present the Boston Crusaders.
Look, right into it. Just high energy right off the bat. I'm sorry. But I just love how all of those hits were just like so clear. Like you can hear exactly what they were playing. Bum 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 bum. Like the clarity, even in those shorter notes, and how that is matched throughout the ensemble. Beautiful. I'm not gonna make any promises to say I'm not gonna stop throughout, but we'll see. Talk about the impact. And real clean. Guard, clean. Rifles, clean. Come on, hello. Such a strong sound and blend, man. Hear those hits? Bum, bum. Clarity. I love it. Ooh. Catch. Yup. Don't play with Boston's color guard. Don't play with them. Proceed. Boston's battery just has a presence about them that I just love. The way they really like command the field as soon as they start playing their instruments. They move well too. Just playing their ass off. Don't play with their drum line and percussion section either. Always incredibly strong. Yeah, Mellow. No. Okay, we're gonna go back because one thing that took me a while to notice in this mellophone feature is that not only are they, they're relaxed, they're sitting down, they're playing these notes, but they are playing each other's horn. Like, imagine you're just holding a horn with your left hand, but you're playing on the valves of somebody else's horn. That's mad creative. And still really clean too. This is a horn line that is not afraid of rhythms and syncopations. Okay? Come on, guard. Everyone on rifles and catch him. Catch him. Catch him. Come on, don't play with him. Don't play with him. I love him. Ooh. That was a cool catch. I'm sorry, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Did y'all see that toss? Yep. Catch. 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 When we get here. Like, come on, man. Down the line. Flawless. Flawless. If you're gonna put the guard in the front, make sure they're gonna be there. Boston just killing this drill. It feels like they've been clean ever since they had this. Just a wall of sound. Boom. And we're gonna keep it pushing. A really cool contraband move. See, it's okay to have cool and whimsical moments like that. And the guard killing yet again. Trumpets. Probably one of the most creative trumpet features this season. I'll say it. I said it. A little nostalgic music moment. I love this choreo from the guard in the front. Come on, quads. The stick flips. Ooh. That was fire. These dynamics, man. Yep. That horn line is one of one, I'm telling you. Their control, their dynamics, their musicality. I love that little crawl. The little halftime crawl. Ooh. That's okay. That's okay. Yes, pick it up, keep going. I'm always impressed by their blend, like how strong and consistent their sounds are, no matter what the spread is with the members. It's such a consistent blend. I love it. Come on, man. Look. Talk about a chord that can execute a style, whatever style they're going into. Because Boston is definitely one of those chords where they're like, give us so much versatility from the musical selections, and they just master every style every single time, no matter what they're doing. A French horn moment. And I love the utilization of the baton. That's something we don't necessarily see in marching band as much anymore, but it's so cool. And these members in the middle doing choreo with two sabers. Come on. Come on. And beautiful playing from the trumpet soloist and from the French horn soloist. Those are pretty flags too. I love that ombre. A beautiful transition from the front ensemble. Lots of color, lots of flares. Just a beautiful, lush sound. Ooh, great catch. This music is beautiful. I can't remember right now in the moment what it is exactly, but I could look into that later. But I just love it, the way they play it, the way they executed it, the way they paced it. Man. Just a good old ballad. Just a good old ballad. Checks off all the boxes. There's that emotional connection. They paced it well. I love the tuning of the quads, whatever it is. Those drums are cutting. Y'all hear it. Y'all see it. Come on. Now, the trombones playing with their feet on the slide. Boston came to give us a show. The Mahler hammers on the box and the marching machines. There's so much happening. That chord was nasty. That was a nasty chord. Now we're building up some momentum again. Just non-stop energy. Just wrapping it up all the way to the end. I love it. Ooh. I see you on the 50. That was a cool catch. Yeah. In with a bang. So I decided to add something new to the series. So in addition to reviewing and watching each show, I'm also going to talk about in more detail and rate each show based on the visual, the musical package, and the general effect. So let's get into it. The visual. So in Boston show this year, I for one really enjoyed the uniforms. It's definitely a new take, kind of like more of a nostalgic but futuristic look. It kind of gives me the Jetsons, if y'all remember that show. Like, I never really watched it, but I always knew of it. I've always seen, references to it and everything like that. But that's what the uniform kind of reminds me of, especially when it comes to like the silver and that bright cobalt blue. It's not really cobalt blue, more like I don't know. I'm not sure what type of blue it is, but it's very bright. It pops, and the way that it goes with that silver, it's really cool. And then the logo that they put on the back of their jacket is really cool. And the color guard uniforms, they pop. That orange, that teal, that looks like more of like a magenta maybe. That's what it kind of looks like. But either way, I love the way that it pairs with the musician uniforms, and it looks really good on the field. Like the way it pops and it's doing everything it's meant to do visually. I also enjoyed the drill. I feel like of all the cores nowadays, they're still one of the cores that like really utilizes like drill that makes sense for their shows and drill that's just effective. Not only is it entertaining and it's it's enamoring, but it's effective to what they're trying to get across musically. So I and look and they're one of the top groups as far as marching. Those kids can march, okay? And so whatever drill they're going to get, they're going to execute it well, as we've seen time and time again. And this year is no exceptions. So as far as the visual package, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Look, I'm being very generous right now, but partially because this is one of my favorite shows of the season, and also just because they simply deserve it. Like you can tell that there was a lot of intentionality, and there was a lot of things that they were trying to do with the visual package to make it line up with their theme, and I think they accomplished it. So, yep, 10 out of 10 for the visuals. Now the music, the music. Now with a show called Boom, I feel like there's a lot of different ways you can go as far as like picking the music. And although I wasn't expecting anything Boston brought to the table, I loved all of it. Like the way that they play their music, the way that they play it with like to such a mature level, and they play the snot out of it, like everything from isolated hits to like long beautiful chords to like huge sustains, and to think that they gave us so much variety when they really could have like stuck to one type of sound, one type of style, one type of approach, and they still just gave us so much variety, and while all having fun. You can hear it in their sound. You can hear that they're enjoying what they're playing and that they had a great time putting that music together. There's so many challenging spots. There's so many spots where like the horn line gets deflects, like so many technical challenges. Like look, they started off the show with each section doing a technical passage. They did their isolated hits, bum 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 bum, and percussion. These cramming notes in between all of those hits, and then they go right into horn line features. And it passes off to the mellophones, passes off to the trumpets. Like just that spontaneity and just like building up so much energy right off the bat, like that just lets you know that like you are truly in for a treat when it comes to the musical package. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoy. I'm not 100% sure who's the brass arranger. Um, but I'll have to look into that. But whoever it is, you did an incredible job of arranging this book and like in putting this thing together. And kudos to all of the musicians out there who are doing a great job of just playing it and they're doing so much challenging music on the move as well. Like it's just great. The music is just like it's so effective. It gives us a good time. It gives us these whimsical moments. It gives us these very serious moments. It just gives us straight energy in some moments. And then even in the ballad, you give us these big, lush moments that, it really gives you everything that you need within a drum corps show. And it just feels complete and it's satisfying. And there's moments that stick with you at the end of it. So it's just incredible. And look, it don't even get me started on the battery and percussion writing. Like, they have been incredibly inconsistent. They're one of my favorite groups, and the battery just gets better and better and better. Like I love some Colin McNutt. That man knows how to write a book and knows how to teach it and knows how to put a drum line out there that's going to play the snap out of it. Okay, those guys come out the gate swinging every single year, and like I said, like the way that they command themselves on the field and their presence is just like undeniable. Like those dudes are going to come out there. They're going to be a unit. They're going to be a machine, and they're going to play that book, and you are going to hear it and feel it. And that's one of the things that's so cool about drum corps. Like those are the things that like gives you chills when you see it live. People adding that extra soul, that extra magic to the music that's to the music that's been given to them. So yeah, so I think the music is, look, I'd give it 11 out of 10 if I could, but I'm also gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Look, look, I'm very easy with this one because there's so many things that I like, and I really love the entire package altogether. So the music, 10 out of 10 as well. General effect, also known as GE. So you can literally hear in almost any video that you watch of their show this year, you can hear the audience giving it up almost every 5 minutes. And why would they do that? Because this show is worth all of that and so much more. They have so many unique things going on, and they pull out so many tricks from that Boston bag that it just keeps you on your toes as an audience member. It keeps you on your toes, and like it just makes you sit there and wonder like what's coming up next. And like the things that they have the color guard doing, like there were so many moments that I wish I could have stopped and caught all of them. But like the more you watch this show, the more you notice something else that's happening over here. Another cool thing that's happening over here. Another cool toss, another cool catch from the color guard over here. Something the battery's doing over here. Something the mellows are doing over here. The front ensemble playing over here with the Mahler hammers on the box. Like there's so many unique sounds happening. So many cool visual moments happening. And just so many great moments that they create throughout this show that really gives you like a good time. So I'd say I would personally give the mm, hmm. I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. I really had to pretend like I had to think about it. I'm giving them a 10 out of 10 because the show does what it needs to do every single time. Like every single time you watch it, you're satisfied, you're locked in, you're engaged from start to finish. Okay, because there's so much going on. There's so much going on to grab your eye. There's so many things, like I said, that the horn line is doing when they're playing and when they're not playing. That can keep you engaged. That keep you like in the zone. Keep you in the world that they're creating at the moment. So, look, this is my way of saying just hats off to the performers because you guys have really brought this show to life in a way that hasn't necessarily been done, and y'all are doing it at a level that's quite honestly keeping y'all where you're at. And you definitely deserve that because this is the type of performances that we've been getting from the past couple years. Like Boston's been extremely consistent with their shows and how they present them, and just like how effective they have been because of how intentional they are about everything, every single aspect of their shows. Everything from the design, everything from the drill, everything from the music, from the visual moments to the color guard, to the pacing, to the staging. Everything works. Everything works, and I think that they put a lot of emphasis into making sure that their shows are as cohesive as possible, because at the end of the day, once they get out on that field and once it's time to perform it, all you gotta do is make it clean. You gotta convince it, you gotta perform the snot out of it, and the people are gonna love it because you guys clearly love it because you put in the work and you put in the time to make sure that it was going to be something special. So Boston, thank y'all for giving us something special yet again. This show is a banger. No pun intended, but it really is. So my bad. GE, 10 out of 10. You already know what it is. Needless to say, I think we can all agree that Boston is going to have an incredibly successful season. Look, if you haven't been keeping up, they have been doing their big one this entire season. Look, no pun intended. They have brought the boom to the competition, and they haven't stopped stepping on people's necks since they stepped foot on the field in June, okay? But you know what? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for watching this episode of Let's Talk About It. This is your boy EJG, and I will see y'all on the next one. We are out.